Hey, hey guys, this is the review for Emilia Perez. Yeah, I watched Emilia Perez on the plane on my way to an undisclosed location. Shout out to Appa. I gotta do that again. Someone that looks better. That's gonna cook it as well. If I get to. Hi guys, it's Sunny. I watched Emilia Perez on a plane on my way to Japan. It I heard a lot of stuff. I know there's like some controversy about it. I don't really know much about the controversy. I think like the Hispanic community was a little upset about something. I'm assuming they weren't portrayed properly. I wouldn't know because I fell asleep like 3 times during this movie. It was pretty bad, dude. I also didn't know it was a musical. So that's already like, you really gotta bring it home. At least with me specifically, if you're making a musical. And I have to watch it, obviously. But yeah, no, it was like the general gist of the movie, at least what I got from it, having dozed off 3 times, was that there's we have who I thought was Emilia Perez at first, but it's not. I should just look up this one. Hey guys, it's Sunny, and I watched Emilia Perez. Well, I kind of watched Emilia Perez. I watched it on a plane, and dozed off like 3 times. It was clearly I didn't like it. I think it was a combination of me not liking it and just being on like a long plane ride, a 13-hour flight. So that like also had something to do with it. But I mean, the Emilia Perez only took away like the first like 2 hours of that like 13-hour flight. So it made it into like a 15-hour flight if I really had to be realistic, because goddamn, that movie way too long. It was a musical too. I didn't even know it was a musical. I guess the just general premise is there's this reporter, or no, she's not a reporter. She's a lawyer, and it's what's her name? Zoe Saldana or something. It's fuck. Hey guys, it's Sunny. I watched Emilia Perez. I kind of watched it. I watched it on a plane, and I dozed off like 3 times. If that tells you how much I really like the movie. I guess like the general premise, it stars Zoe Saldana or something like that. She was in like Avatar. I think she was. Oh, I think she's Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyway, it stars her. She's like a lawyer, and she's trying to she's like a Mexican lawyer in Mexico, I think, and they're like she's trying to work her way up to like the lawyer totem pole. And then like out of nowhere she gets approached by this like Mexican like cartel dude, and he's like, oh, I want to offer you a bunch of money. And she's like, bet, dude, because I need money to become like a lawyer on my own, because like she's like, I think she's either a legal assistant or like a paralegal to like this dude that really doesn't know what he's doing. Anyway, that doesn't even matter, because they get so far from the lawyer shit, I feel like, towards the middle of the movie. So yeah, he like invites her over, and then dude's basically like wants a sex change. It's like the classic, like, once I tell you about the job, you have to take the job. Like, that's like part of the agreement. So he's like, oh, once I tell you, you have to accept it. And she's like, okay, whatever. And like, I think he like, to convince her, he slides like a piece of like paper. It's like this like offshore bank account that has like $2 million or $2 billion. It's like a ridiculous amount of money. And he's like, we're the only two that know about this like bank account. So yeah, he's like, basically, I want a sex change, and like I want you to facilitate it for me, because I'm a mob boss. Everybody knows I'm like, not the mob boss, but the cartel. I'm like the head of the drug cartel, and I can't have people knowing that I want to be a woman. So she's like confused because she's like, what the fuck does that have to do with me? I couldn't even tell you why that he wanted her specifically. So she like goes off and like starts going from like doctor to doctor trying to find like these people. And like the first doze off moment was just after she goes to this like she goes to this crazy facility where like everybody's getting plastic surgery, and it seemed like they said that they could do it. And they start going into song and dance, and they're like singing about, again, it's in like Spanish, so they were like singing about like some kind of like rhinoplasty or something. They're like da 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 rhinoplasty, yes, yes. And it's like really like the way she keeps saying yes is like it was. I found it really funny for whatever reason. So there's like a lot of like weird moments like that where like they just start breaking out in song and dance, and like again, I'm not a musical guy, but like I understand like musicals are supposed to like, you know, invoke more emotion than you could just like normally like saying something. Like it's like wraps more emotion into like whatever feeling. Like something that's hard to express just in words, you would do it in like musical. That I don't think like most, I think 90% of the songs didn't need to be a musical. Like they didn't need to be songs. Like it was just about like you're dancing around and singing about like fucking plastic surgery, and it's like, okay, I don't know why we're singing this, but whatever. So yeah, I like dozed off, and then when I wake up, she's like she got like beat or something. I don't know. She like when I woke up, she was crying and she had bandages all over her face. I didn't know what was going on. But it seemed like this was like post sex change for the cartel guy, who like I don't know what his name was before, but he changed his name to Emilia Perez, and I think I think he did something to where basically he like the real him died, and then he just like assumed this new persona, the new him, the new her, Emilia Perez, and like the old guy's just dead. And I think he said like he was like his cousin or something, or like long lost sister, because he ends up like. Sorry, Emilia ends up moving in with his ex-wife. Well, I guess now ex-wife, because, you know, fucking, like, you know, he's dead. And, like, you know, they, like, move the kids in, and I'm like, this is so, like, again, I fell asleep a couple times, so it's so weird. It didn't make any sense to me that they moved in together, and then, like, he's still using Zoe as, like, I guess to help, like, facilitate, like, shit for him. Like, she's, like, ordering, like, she's just kind of, like, his manager now, is what I was getting. And I don't like, I feel like I fell asleep a bunch of times. I can't even review this. Plus my scalp is like peeling and so gross.